Good morning, Gordon. Thank you
Good morning,
so much.
Rita.
Thank you so much for accepting our humble invitation for an exclusive interview conversation with Mind Matters. It is my great honor and pleasure to have you here with us. In the history of Rotary International, 118 years of existence, it is perhaps for the first time that a Rotary International president has brought to the fore the importance of mental health, a topic which is riddled with stigma, myths, and mysticism. I therefore must express my sincere and deepest appreciation and gratitude to you for prioritizing mental health as your presidential initiative for Rotary International. I wish you all the best, and we look forward to a wonderful year with you in 23-24 and beyond.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I think you're absolutely right. I think mental health is an area that is far too stigmatized. There's far too many taboos around mental health. And I think it's time that we realize that mental health is just as important as physical health, and that we spoke about it just as freely as we talk about physical health.
So what would be your vision, Gordon, if you can tell us, our readers, as to what is your vision about the prioritizing mental health in Rotary Network?
Well, I think in terms of the focus that we want to put on it during the next 12 months and hopefully beyond, is that the first thing we want to do is we want to remove the stigma. We want, as I have just said, we want to make people feel as comfortable to talk about mental health as they do about physical health. You know that I'm a dentist by profession, and people are very happy and free to talk about dental problems. If they have toothache, they want to tell everybody about it. And everybody has remedies for people's toothache. But if people are feeling depressed or if they're feeling anxious, they don't want to talk about it. People don't want to ask them about it. People are frightened to ask about it. And I think we have to be prepared, and we have to be willing to discuss mental health just as freely as we do physical health. And as you know, I've gone on record and said it's not enough just to ask the question, how are you? It's more important to ask the question, how are you really? In the hope that that will encourage people to open up. And of course, if you ask, how are you really, you have to be prepared to receive an answer, and you have to be ready to help support the person who might be needing some help. And that really is the second part of our three-pronged strategy. That is to help support people to find appropriate, I hesitate to use the word treatment because it's not a question of treatment, to find suitable ways of addressing their poor mental well-being. And then the third strain and the third strand of the initiative is to support them through their journey to wellness. And that covers people within Rotary as well as people out with the Rotary. Mm-hmm. In an organization of 1.4 million people around the world, there will be a great many people in Rotary at any time in need of emotional support, in need of support to improve their mental health. So in addition to looking to find ways to do it in our communities, we also need to help support each other. And I think it's one of the great strengths of an organization like Rotary is that we are, or at least we should be, a safe place where people can come together and can talk freely about how they feel and get the support that they are going to need.
Wonderful. I totally agree with you. What would you think could be the role of the Rotary Action Group on mental health initiatives and the district chapters, which we are forming at different district levels?
Well, I think the Action Group on mental health initiatives is key to the whole process. And I can not express my thanks in enough words to the work that has already been done by people like yourself and the other members of the Action Group in coming on board with this initiative and helping curate some of the wonderful initiatives that are out there that people can embrace to help in this space. And so I think I would encourage everybody to look at the Mental Health Initiatives Action Group, to consider forming district chapters, to strengthen the group, and to offer what resources they have to the group to allow it to continue to flourish and to continue to support this so worthwhile initiative. But I come back to where I started on it. I really, find it hard to find the words to thank you enough for all you have done so far. And I know that you're going to be doing a lot more during the next 12 months. And in actual fact, I think perhaps going forward into the future, that action groups will be a great way of supporting presidential initiatives, presidential focuses, call them what you will, because it's the action groups that have the expertise that we so desperately need. And that is why I think this is a real changing point for Rotary, in that not only are we getting into the mental health space, we're actually making use of one of our most strongest, most robust action groups to help.
I'm glad you said that, because I do not think action groups had that sort of a respect in people's minds, and Rotarians, most of the Rotarians do not know what an action group is all about. But there
I've been describing action groups as the original cause-based Rotary clubs. And in many ways, that's what an action group is.
Correct.
It's a cause-based Rotary club. But the great thing is it draws people from many different Rotary clubs into it. And if people have an interest in mental health, if people become a member of the action group for mental health initiatives, then they are engaging much better with Rotary and are much more likely to remain in Rotary in the long term as well. So, it's also a membership development tool, an action group.
Wonderful. I'm very happy to hear that, because the Rotary action groups are focused groups on specific subjects with a lot of expertise and resources. And we are trying to tell people that we are there to help you 24/7 with whatever interests you in your life. Thank you so much, Gordon. My one question would be about Mind Matters. This is a newsletter we started in April 21, which focuses on mental health subjects. And it has been circulated a lot through the Rotary channels in the Rotary community, as well as outside the Rotary community. It goes to schools and colleges, wherever we are able to connect to people. I would like you to guide us as to how we can take this further, and so that its outreach becomes larger and bigger, and we are able to help humanity in a bigger way. My dream would be to take it globally.
And I see no reason why it should not be taken globally, because it's an excellent resource. And one of the first things I would suggest is that as of the 1st of July, through the Presidential Initiatives section of the RI website, there will be a Rotary showcase. And I could see no reason why it couldn't be posted into the Rotary showcase whenever it's produced, to allow people to go in and to read more about this important matter. I will certainly take every opportunity to promote it as I move around and as I speak. I'm finding, probably for one of the first times in my life, people are listening to what I'm saying, which is a rather nice situation to be in. And I will certainly promote it personally, and I can promote it through my social channels as well. And let's see if we can't take it globally. Let's see if we can't get more people to come along and grow it, so that it becomes a worthwhile thing for the entire Rotary world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My last question to you, Gordon, would be, what is your own method of maintaining your well-being on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think it's fairly common knowledge by now that I'm a very keen gardener. I'm an outdoor person. I love being in the outdoors. I take every opportunity to be in the outdoors. And when I'm not traveling as much as I do for Rotary just now, I love spending time in my garden. Whichever month of the year it is, there's always something to be done in the garden. And I find that is extremely therapeutic. You can lose yourself in the
Wow.
garden, and you very quickly find that you are relaxing. But I just like being in the outdoors. I love getting out into, when I'm in Chicago, I love walking down by the side of Lake Michigan. It's very easy to access the lake from Rotary's office, and even at a lunchtime, you might find me down there, even for 30 minutes, just getting some fresh air and some outdoor therapy.
So you're an
Um,
outdoor person and you love nature. So you like to be with, you connect to nature, and that's where you.
Absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely, yeah. And I always have been that sort of person. I'm very much a country boy at heart, I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sparing your time and being with us.
Rita, it's an absolute pleasure, and thank you